Hello guys, it's Ryan Ho back with another video. Today I want to talk about Apple Music lossless and can you hear a difference? And then is Dolby Atmos good on Apple Music as well? So yeah, those questions will be answered. Please like and subscribe down below, helps my videos out. And yeah, so let's talk about lossless music. What is that and how is that different from what you listen to normally, right? So most music you listen to like on Spotify is kind of compressed. And the reason why it is compressed is basically because they want to save space on your data plan or they want to save space on your phone for storage reasons. They compress the music to like a few megabytes versus when you listen to lossless music, it can actually be up to like a gigabyte per song, which is a lot of data. So you can see why most music is compressed to save money and space, right? Now, the first thing that I noticed when I listen to lossless music is that yeah, you actually can hear a difference, but on certain songs you can't hear a difference. So it's better in some cases, and in the worst case scenario, it just sounds the same. And the way I did my tests was I was using Spotify and I was using Apple Music, right? Spotify is all compressed music. Apple Music now has lossless, right? And you could even listen to stuff with like the little Apple dongle and you can still listen to lossless. However, it doesn't support the highest resolutions. So you could use something like the Zen DAC right here that can actually go up to the 24-bit 192 and get the most out of the Apple Music. And then of course, better pairs of headphones can also help you hear the lossless. But I honestly can hear lossless on like the little Apple dongle with like a gaming headphone. So the gear doesn't really matter that much, but it could definitely enhance the experience, right? Now, for me, I feel like when I listen to music for like Taylor Swift or Olivia Rodrigo, you can hear a lot of like the lossless music was just way better than what I heard on Spotify. Like the same song one to one, there was a clear difference, and it was like this barrier of like separation between like you and like the artist was like kind of broken down when you listen to the artist, when you listen to it in lossless. And yeah, that was really good. But then when I listen to music, let's say indie music or like indie pop and like electronic music, a lot of times I listen to it on Spotify and then I listen to it on Apple Music, and I felt like I really couldn't hear a difference because it just sounded exactly the same. It was like somebody basically posted a song on Spotify, used the same song, posted it on Apple Music, and just called it lossless because I literally couldn't hear the difference. So for me, I feel like the big artists and the big production studios, lossless is definitely worth it on Apple Music. But the smaller artists and more like indie and maybe even like more like electronic music that like electronically generated tones they don't really, I didn't really hear that they sounded better. But obviously this is not like a blanket statement for everything. So it really depends on the music that you listen to. And yeah, so either way though, it's not an extra cost when you listen to lossless on Apple Music. So you might as well just listen to it and use lossless, unless, you know, you have like limited data. You don't want to, you know, use up all your data on your internet or your phone, right? Now, let's talk about Dolby Atmos, right? So Dolby Atmos is kind of like this 3D sound where they literally like manipulate the song track to like put things in different like space. So you can hear like vocals in front of you, the background music like around you, and they actually like position it in a space. And it's very interesting because like there's like games like Overwatch that take advantage of it, and I've used that in those games before, and it sounds really good. Positional accuracy is really, really good. You can tell when things are like in front of you, above you, behind you, on your sides, and it's kind of really cool, right? Now, when it comes to music, there's also other software that's kind of done this before, like on your Windows PC, there's like Windows Sonic. When you use, I mean, Dolby Atmos by itself, obviously, as a application on a computer. I have a headphone that also has it. It's called 3D audio with my HyperX Cloud Orbit, and they use like Wave NX technology. So there's a lot of stuff that have this like 3D stuff built in. But I do think the Dolby Atmos on Apple Music does sound good. On, of course, again, it sounds good on certain songs. Like the ones that they picked and hand chose sounded good. But then when I tried to listen to Dolby Atmos on some other songs that wasn't on that recommended Apple list, some of them sounded weird. And I actually found this to be true with like other 3D audio software as well. So it's like, it's not perfect, but once you hear it, it does sound really interesting. It's kind of cool. And like I said, like on Olivia Rodrigo's album, when I listened to it with Dolby Atmos versus when I listened to it just normal on Spotify, and the Spotify one sounded very dull and very flat. The one on Dolby Atmos on Apple Music sounded like everything was kind of popped out. There's like more layers between music, and it felt more like realistic, and it felt like you're kind of more like wrapped around by it, versus like the Spotify just felt like the music was kind of more like flat. So it definitely does make a difference. And once again, it's no extra charge. It's just kind of cool to listen to, and I would recommend people listen to it. But you know, it doesn't work on everything, especially when like they literally have tracks on Apple Music that says it's Dolby Atmos mastered. So overall, is Apple Music worth it for Lossless and Dolby Atmos? I think it definitely is. Definitely interesting, especially when Spotify just kind of behind the curve now for Apple Music, is that if you're trying to listen to it on like a PC like I am, it doesn't really work. So I have to literally use like my iPhone and then listen through music through that in order to hear it. So it's kind of like a more complicated process, especially when like I just like listening to stuff on my PC while I'm doing other things, and that's like the easiest way for me to listen to. So hopefully one day they will change that. If you have like a Mac, then you know you won't have this problem, right? And you can also listen to it on like iPads and whatever, right? So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe down below. Helps my videos out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.